Well, good morning everybody and welcome back. I'm Andrew and today we're getting firewood. So I've got the trailer hooked up, about to check the tire pressure real quick. Then we're going to hit the road for a pretty lengthy drive, but it should be worth it. The tree service guy called. He's cutting some of my favorite firewood, water oak and maybe a couple different types. It's straight grain, splits very well, and dries relatively quickly for oak, but it's still oak. The good thing is I have a friend over in this town. He's offered to bring his trailer, load up a second load, and we'll make one trip back with 2 loads. If there's really good wood here and a lot of it, I'll run back for a 3rd load today, and we should have quite a bit here to look at in just a little bit. So let me get everything buttoned up. We're gonna hit the road. This is an adventure. We're loaded up, as you can see, with the trailer back there behind me, and I think I have way too much on it. Springs are bottomed out in the back, so I'm a bit nervous for the ride home here. We got a lot of very good solid wood. Actually, one log looks like it would be an excellent saw log, so we'll have to keep that in mind as we get everything off the trailer. This is going to be interesting. I do not have any log tongs yet. I've been looking. There's so many different sizes available. Kind of confused on which ones to get, but asking y'all's opinion of that. Probably the majority of logs I get will be 20 inches and under, and then you'll get some occasional huge ones like I have back here. So trying to figure out how not to break the bank and get multiple log tongs. But if y'all have a good set that you recommend, drop a comment, let me know. This is going to be an adventure unloading this trailer. All right, so this here is my friend Robbie.
Hey, how are y'all?
All right, he is also a viewer of the channel, constantly giving me positive and negative criticism, which I like. He's really wanting to see this thing grow. And he made the mistake yesterday of offering to haul a load of logs back over here, and I jumped on it and took him up on the offer. That way I don't have to make another 2-hour round trip back to where I got all this from. So we have got some absolutely beautiful trees here. I know some of y'all are going to hate to see this. This would have made huge, excellent saw logs. Problem is, this tree is so big. I don't know if this is water oak or a different type of oak. Y'all tell me, but it kind of looks like our typical water oak here. This could be some sort of red oak or something, but it looks like water oak. But the problem is, he has got a Bobcat loader that's a wheel loader, so it'll lift heavy stuff, but it can only lift but so much. And if he had left these logs in 10-foot lengths, say for sawmill, he couldn't even lift them. He had some there that he was already struggling with. Actually, a few of these that he loaded up, like this one for example, was just about all he could handle. He was on 2 wheels, and it's not even but 6 or 7 foot long. So I hate that these couldn't have stayed together for huge saw logs. However, all right, so this one over here I'm thinking is a red oak. Y'all let me know. Kind of a different coloration on the inside than I'm used to. Looking at the bark, this doesn't quite look like a water oak to me, which has that more slick bark over there. I've got a subscriber that is very good. It has a sawmill, but very intelligent on saw logs, coming tomorrow. I'll let him look at this and let me know. But as you can see, it's 12 foot long. I think I'm going to drag this one off and not cut it up into firewood because it's so straight and good until I have somebody look at it. And I might actually wind up slabbing some of this one out for some bar tops for the house that's coming up. Like I said, I'll let somebody look at it. Absolutely straight grain, beautiful firewood. That's what I love about the tree service guy here. He's nice as can be. He always saves me straight pieces. Very rarely does he, you know, which I've just started getting from him, but he seems to go kind of burn the old trashy stuff I might not want, and has logs cut up section ready to go for me. So nice as can be. I appreciate him doing that. He knows what it takes to get good firewood, kind of straight stuff that you can split, straight grain. Now, what I think might be a red oak here does have a rotten spot in the bottom. I don't know how deep that goes in the tree, so that's something to keep in mind. One other thing to note before we fire up the John Deere and start taking some of these logs off, people constantly ask me, do I ever see what I think are called wood burls on trees? I never ever do, especially on oak. But look at this one right here. It has got them everywhere. So before I go to cutting this one all up, I'll wait to hear from y'all to see if this is something that's desirable. I always hear of wood turners like in these burls or bowls or whatever exactly they're called. But look over there on the other side. This tree was loaded with more than I have ever seen. Even the tree service guy said he's never seen so many on an oak before too. Some of them are split and busted right here where the tree fell. But I've always heard these are pretty desirable. I don't know if these are big enough for what people say people want them for. But like I said, I'll wait to hear from some of y'all before I do anything with this section of tree. I'll just cut it off right here and save this. It has so many on it. that was a heck of a chore. You just don't realize how much these logs weigh. I may actually do this one on a log calculator. The tractor was able to lift it all the way up to a pivot point on the end, but I don't think I can get underneath and lift this. That's got to be, oh my goodness, well over 3,000 plus pounds. I've lifted something similar to that before, but I don't really want to stress the tractor out. Some of these big old logs too, probably 2,000 plus pounds. You just don't realize how heavy this wet wood is. So like I said, before I get to cutting into a lot of this, I'm going to have a viewer come over. It'll actually be a couple days, get his view and opinion on some of this stuff, since it's like premium, good quality stuff. Just don't know about the links. A lot of this is going to firewood, no doubt, but this log in particular, I'm really thinking this might be a red oak. I'm just not familiar with my oak species, just the way it looks. But it's a beautiful log, other than that one little rotten piece on the end. My gut says it does not go far. Kind of looking at it. So this may make a really nice slab log for some projects that I have in mind for the future. All right, well, thank y'all so much for watching. It has been raining and nasty, so I am not going to cut today. Plus, we got to get to a birthday party here in just a little bit. So one of the next videos will be me hopefully cutting up some of this and letting y'all know what I'm going to do with it. You know, maybe might make some of this into slabs or projects for the future, but I'll have a better plan by next video. Been growing by leaps and bounds. Thank y'all so much for sharing, subscribing to the channel. That's really what it takes to get this thing shown on YouTube, so I truly do appreciate that. We'll catch y'all in the next video.